Yes, dear student. Now, previously I explained you that how to calculate C, consumption expenditure, how to calculate consumption expenditure, and the formula was C is equal to small c plus by. In some places in the books you will find it is written C bar, and C bar means autonomous consumption, and plus by MPC into Y, that is induced consumption, that we have done. Now with the help of diagram I am going to explain you how we draw consumption function. Now what you learn from this schedule, initially you see income increases, consumption also increases. What is the relation? Direct relation. So whenever there is a direct relation between the two variables, what will the slope of the curve? Upward sloping. So one thing is clear, consumption function will be upward sloping. Question is why consumption function will be upward sloping? Because income and consumption, Y and C, have direct relation. Income increases, consumption also increases. That's why consumption function is upward sloping. Now initially if you look into, consumption is more than income, right? Initially consumption is more than income, and at a point when the income is 30, consumption is equal to income. See here, when income is 0, consumption is 15, C is greater than Y. 10, 20, C is greater than Y. 20, 25, C is greater than Y. And then 30, 30, C is equal to Y. And then Y is 40 and C is 35. Means Y is greater than C, or C is less than Y. Why this happens? Because economy starts savings. Now we can develop, or we can construct consumption function. This is our income. Right, income line, this represent income. Income is Y is equal to C plus S, and that's why it is upward sloping at 45 degree. Means income is made of two components, C and S. Even in real life, your income is divided into two parts. A part of income which you spend over the purchase of goods and services is called C, and the part of income you save is called S. So Y is equal to C plus S. So Y is made of consumption and savings. That's why it is upward sloping straight line at 45 degree angle. Now regarding consumption curve, now what we are saying, even income is 0, consumption can't be 0. It means your consumption curve will start from any point of this Y axis where you have taken consumption. If you start consumption curve from this point, what it means? When income is 0, consumption is 0. But this is not a right thing. What you are saying? When income is 0, consumption can't be 0. That's why consumption curve is not starting from this 0. It will start from any point of y-axis, which will indicate that even at 0 level of income, consumption can't be 0. Then further, as income increases, consumption also increases. That's why it is upward sloping. This is your consumption function, upward sloping. Initially you find consumption is more than income. See here, consumption, this is consumption curve and this is income curve. Consumption is more than income. And at B point, what is that B point? Where income is equal to consumption, C is equal to Y. At B point, C is equal to Y. That's why both income line and consumption function are intersecting each other, right? And this point is called break-even point. So new term for you, what is break-even point? The point where C is equal to Y. So in schedule, this is break-even point, C is equal to Y. And in diagram where the consumption function intersect the income line, there is a point B where C is equal to Y. This is called break-even point. And after this, what happens? Income is more than consumption. See here, this is your income line and this is your consumption line. Income is more than consumption. Once again, I am explaining you consumption function with the help of diagram. We know even at 0 level of income, consumption can't be 0. That's why consumption function starts from any point of y-axis. As income increases, consumption also increases because of direct relation. Initially, consumption is more than income. At a point B, income is equal to consumption. Both curves intersect each other. That is called break-even point. After this point, income is more than consumption. This is consumption function. So what you make out of this consumption function? Following points. Number one, even the level of income is zero, consumption can't be zero. First thing. Number two, income increases, consumption also increases. Number three, the point where C is equal to Y at point B, that is called break-even point. Number four, initially consumption is more than income. This is the point initially. This is the initial point. Income is more than, consumption is more than income, but after a certain point, B point onward, income becomes more than consumption. Why? Because economy starts saving, right? And who determines the slope of consumption curve? The slope of consumption depends upon change in consumption due to change in income. That is called MPC. So who determines the slope of consumption curve? MPC. And here you see, what is MPC? MPC is constant, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. Because MPC is constant, that's why your consumption function is upward sloping straight line. In the board, if you get the question, why consumption function is upward sloping straight line, it is upward sloping because when income increases, consumption also increases. It's a straight line because MPC remain constant. So who determines the slope of consumption function curve? MPC. And MPC remain constant. And that's why consumption function curve is always upward sloping straight line. This is all about the consumption function. Now moving to the next, that is propensity to consume. In propensity to consume, we study the relation between consumption and income. It is through schedule or diagram. What we are going to do? We are going to study the relation between consumption and income through schedule and diagram. That is called propensity to consume. What is propensity to consume? It's a schedule or diagram which shows the level of consumption at different level of income in an economy. Here we study the relation between income and consumption. It has two aspects. It is of two types. First is called average propensity to consume. You might have heard the word average. Average comes off total. So here what we are doing, here we are finding the ratio between total consumption and total income. APC means here the ratio between total consumption and total income. Here you see I have taken a schedule in which I have shown you consumption and income. I am saying when income is 0, consumption is 15, income is 10, consumption is 20, 20, 25, 30, 30, 40, 35. Now you have been asked to calculate average propensity to consume. Now in a very simple word, what APC indicates, if you have been given APC, right, it means that what percentage of total income in that economy the people are consuming. What percentage of total income in the economy people are consuming. Like for an example, if your APC is 0.5, it means that 50% of the income in the economy people are consuming. What it other side, 50% they are saving. If the APC is 0.75, what it means, 75% of the income in the economy the people are consuming and only saving 25%. So through APC we know that how much percent of total income in the economy the people are consuming, right? And how we calculate APC is equal to C by Y. Now here if we calculate in this case, you see what is your C? 20, right? And what is your Y? 10. 20 by 10, 2 is the APC, right? Here APC 25 by 20, 1.25, right? So you can get in the exam a table in which you will be given income and consumption and you will be asked to calculate APC. How you will calculate? Same. APC is equal to C by Y. 20 by 10, 2. 25 by 20, 1.25. 30 by 30, 1. And 35 by 40, 0.875. This is how we calculate APC. Again, what APC talks about? APC talks about the total percentage of the income consumed by the people in an economy. Now from this schedule, what you find about the APC? What is the feature of APC? As income increases, APC falls. You see here, it is indicated. As income increases, APC falls. This is the first character of APC. From here you will get true and false in the exam. So you should be very careful. As the income increases, the APC falls. The reason is simple. With the increase in income, the people start saving also. That's why the average propensity to consume keeps on decreasing. So the first character of APC is as income increases, APC falls because the portion of income is spent on consumption decreases. The portion of income spent on consumption decreases because then people start thinking of savings. So that's why as income increases, APC falls. Second, APC is greater than 1. APC is greater than 1, 2, 1.25, right? When your consumption is more than income. So what possible question? APC can be greater than 1. Under what situation? APC can be greater than 1, 2 or 1.25. See here, when consumption is more than income. When this C is greater than Y, it will be greater than 1. So the question is, can APC, please, I will correct it. It is not APS, it will be APC. In the notes, I will correct it. It is APC, not APS. APC is equal to C by Y. So under what circumstances this APC can be greater than 1? When C is greater than Y. Here you see C is greater than Y. C is 20, Y is 10. C is 25, Y is 20. So that's why APC is greater than 1. Number 2, third APC is less than 1. APC is less than 1. Why? When C is less than Y. Clear? These are the features of APC. First feature is as income increases, APC falls. Why? The proportion of income spent on consumption decreases. Number 2, APC is greater than 1 if C is greater than Y. Right? Number 3, APC is less than 1, 0.875 when income is more than consumption or consumption is less than income. And finally, APC equals to 1. When APC is 1, when income is equal to consumption. So on this you can get the 1 mark question. Under what circumstances APC is greater than 1? When consumption expenditure is more than income. Under what circumstances APC can be less than 1? When consumption expenditure is less than income. Under what circumstances APC equals to 1? When consumption expenditure is equal to income. Can APC be 0? For making the APC 0, what is APC? APC is equal to C by Y. And how APC can be 0? If C is 0. C means consumption. Can in the economy consumption can be 0? In any economy consumption can be 0? The answer is no. And when consumption can't be 0, APC can't be 0. So the last feature of APC is APC can never be 0 because consumption is never equals to 0 at any level of income. So these are the features of APC. Now the APC can be explained with the help of diagram also. This is your consumption function that you already studied. Why it is starting from this point C? Because we know even income is 0, consumption can't be 0. Why it is upward sloping? Because we know income increases, consumption increases. Why it is straight line? Because its slope is determined by MPC which remain constant. This is your consumption function. Now if you look at point A, you take this point A. Here we are calculating APC. What is APC? APC is equal to C by Y. Means total consumption divided by total income. At point A, see what is the total consumption? This is the total consumption. How much? ON. ON is the total consumption. And that on point A, total income Y. How much? OY1. So your APC is equal to C by Y is equal to ON, that is C by OY1. OY1. This is how with the help of diagram you can explain the concept of APC. Now what possible question in the board? What is meant by APC? Right? You may be asked to calculate APC. How you will calculate? C by Y. Or you may be asked in true and false the features of APC. Or you have been asked to explain APC, average propensity to consume, with the help of diagram. Now moving to the next. Second part of propensity to consume is marginal propensity to consume. In APC, what we are calculating? The total percentage of income consumed by the people of the country. If APC is 0.5, what it means? 50% of the income the people of the economy are consuming. Now what is MPC? MPC talks about if suppose there is change in income. That is called delta Y. How much percent of change in income the people are consuming in the economy. In APC, we are talking about total percentage of income the people are consuming. But in MPC, we are talking about how much percent of the increased income the people are consuming in the economy. If I say MPC is 0.5, it means the 50% of the increased income people are consuming in the economy. So APC talks about the total percentage of income consumed, whereas MPC talks about the increased portion, how much percentage of the increased portion of the income is consumed. So when we have to calculate MPC, how we calculate? Delta C by delta Y. Here delta C means change in consumption and delta Y means change in income. So what MPC talks about? Ratio between change in consumption due to change in income. How we will calculate delta C by delta Y? See the same schedule I am taking here. Now here I have to calculate MPC. What is MPC? Delta C. This is delta C. Means change in consumption. How much change in consumption? See here 15 to 20. How much? 5. Divided by change in income 0 to 10. 5 divided by 10 is equal to 0.5. Next 20 to 25 delta C. How much? 5 divided by 10 0.5. 5 divided by 10 0.5. 5 divided by 10 0.5. This is how we calculate MPC. Another possibility is in the exam. You may be asked what is meant by MPC. It is a ratio between change in consumption due to change in income. Or you may be given income and consumption and you are asked to calculate MPC. How you will calculate? In each step you will see how much change in consumption and how much change in income. And this change in consumption divided by change in income. And when I am saying MPC is 0.5, it means whatever income increased, right, it's 50% has been consumed by the people, rest 50% is saved. So MPC talks about in the economy when income is increasing, what is the consumption pattern. If suppose MPC is 0.9, it means whatever income increase, it's 90% the people are consuming, only 10% is saving. From this point of view, this concept of MPC is important to know the consumption level of the economy with the increase in income. And APC help us to know the consumption level of the economy at given income. Now from this MPC, what features we collect about MPC? What are the main characters of MPC? Now if you look into the value of MPC lies between 0 to 1. It cannot be less than 0 or more than 0 because delta C cannot be greater than delta Y, and at the same time delta C can't be negative. It cannot be delta C cannot be more than delta Y, because if your income increased by you can say 100 crore, your consumption cannot increase by 150 crore. It cannot it can maximum increase by 100 crore. If your income increased by 100 crore, what is the maximum possibility of increase in consumption delta C? 100 crore. 100 divided by 100. So what is the maximum value of MPC? 1. So MPC cannot be more than 1. Why? Because delta C cannot be greater by delta Y. Right? And at the same time, delta C can't be negative. It is not that your income is 10 and your consumption is 20, and income is 20 and your consumption is 10. It is not realistic, right? It is not realistic. So that's why delta C can't be negative. This is the first feature. Second, if entire additional income is consumed, if whatever the delta C, your income increases by 100 crore and consumption also increases by 100 crore. It means whatever increase in income is consumed. So delta C is equal to delta Y. And when delta C is equal to delta Y, what will be the value of MPC? 1. So if entire additional income is consumed, then MPC is equal to 1. This is the maximum value of MPC. Now at the same time, this is also possible. Whatever income increased, you have not used in consumption. All income is saved. Your income increased from 100 to 150 and that 50 is saved, not used in consumption. What will be the value of delta C? 0. And if your delta C is 0, 0 divided by delta Y, what will be MPC? 0. So what is the minimum value of MPC? 0. The minimum value of MPC is 0. This MPC will be 0 when delta C is 0. Delta C will be 0 when all income increase is saved. It means delta Y is equal to delta S. If all increase in income is saved, it means that your income increase is 50 crore and entire 50 crore is saved. So delta Y is equal to delta S and your delta C will be 0. And if your delta C is equal to 0, MPC is equal to 0 by delta Y is equal to 0. So when MPC will 1? When delta C is equal to delta Y. And MPC can be 0? Yes. When delta C is equal to 0. So these are the possible question in the exam. What is the minimum value of MPC? 0. And this 0 will be when delta C is equal to 0. What is the maximum value of MPC? Is 1. This MPC will be 1 at what point? When delta C is equal to Y, delta Y. It means whatever increased additional income, entire is consumed. The same can be explained with the help of diagram now. We can go with the help of diagram. See here. In the diagram, this is the Y-axis where I have taken consumption and this is the X-axis where I have taken income. What is the relation between income and consumption? This already you read. Direct relation. That's why your consumption function is upward sloping. Why it is starting from this point? Because we know even income is 0, consumption can't be 0. Why it is straight line? Because its slope determined by MPC and MPC is constant. That's why it is straight line. Now if we move from point B to point A, there will be change in consumption and change in income. So then we calculate MPC at point A, right? MPC at point A will be delta C divided by delta A. So from B to A, what is the delta C? This is the delta C, right? From M to N, this is the delta C. And what is the delta Y? This is the delta Y, change in income. From Y1 to Y2. This is the Y1, Y2. So what is the MPC? If you shift from point B to point A, the MPC at point A is equal to delta C by delta Y. And delta C is here, change in consumption M, N. And delta Y is here, change in income, that is Y1, Y2. This is all about propensity to consume. So what we have done today? Today we worked over, started with, as I told you earlier, this is an important lesson, so you should be very careful. Today we started with what is consumption, right? And then what is consumption expenditure, then what is consumption function, and how we get consumption function. C is equal to small c or C bar plus by, autonomous consumption plus induced consumption. How we calculate induced consumption? B means we calculate MPC into Y. What is autonomous consumption? Independent consumption, induced consumption, which depends upon income. This is how we calculate consumption expenditure. This is about the consumption function, its features. Then we worked over two types of propensity to consume. One is APC. How we calculate APC? C by Y. Its feature of APC, diagrammatic presentation of APC. And then MPC. What is that? Delta C by delta Y. How we calculate it and its features of MPC. Minimum value is 0, maximum value is 1, and diagrammatic presentation. This is all from my side for today. And then tomorrow we'll be taking the next part, that is about the saving function. We'll be discussing over the saving in the next part. Thank you.